Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more WildStar coverage. In today's video, I'll be showing you through and talking about the level 25 adventure known as War of the Wilds. Now before I hopped into this adventure, this recorded footage is actually from my very first run. I was told that this was a MOBA basically, and it has some of the basic fundamentals, but it doesn't really play like a MOBA, and I also feel it was a little bit of a missed opportunity. I'll explain later in the video why that is. So let me just go over the fundamental basics. As you can see there's a map that's showing the area. And it's basically, we've got these capturable flags that are scattered throughout this little zone. And what you need to do is you go to the flags, you kill these minions that are there guarding it, and you capture the flag. Or they're actually known as totems, to be specific. But you capture these totems for your side. The more totems that you have, the more creep waves are going to fight for your side. Now let me clarify this as well. This is not a battleground. This is not PvP. This is a PvE adventure, so you are fighting against enemy creep waves and enemy champions, but those enemy champions, it's AI, it's not real players. So actually, we're encountering the first enemy champion right here that we came across in this run, and it is the Stalker style. Basically, they've got names, and they are representative of the different classes, like the Stalker and the Spellslinger and the Warrior, etc., etc. So you fight. You go around, you capture these neutral points for your side. The more that you have, the more creep you have fighting for your side, and then all the while you're also combating these enemy champions. And then there are mini bosses like this one that one of my group members decided to pull to us. Needless to say, this being my first run and the fact that the whole group wasn't together, we weren't prepared and ended up dying as a result. So yeah, neutral points, capture those points, fight enemy champions. There's also some mini bosses that you can fight. And there's like a ranking system too. I'm still not 100% clear on it, but I believe it works in the fashion that if you don't die at all and you capture all of the points very quickly and you eliminate the opponent's base very quickly, then you end up getting a higher medal, and that gives you a better chance for better loot. That's the general idea. Here's another champion right here, Flint. This is the warrior style champion. I said earlier I feel like this was kind of a missed opportunity. I'll tell you why. Number one, it feels very strange for an adventure. Adventures were originally billed, as far as I was aware, they were being sold as these are like a choose your own adventure multi-path thing where as you go along, what you're doing depends on the choices that you make. It's not really the case here. In fact, the only choice that there was that I saw on the handful of runs that I did of this adventure was at the very beginning. You get to decide, do you want to go through the tutorial or do you just want to get right in the action? But unlike the level 15 adventure where along the way you're picking like one of 3 choices and that determines who you fight next, where you go next, this was nothing like that. And that's okay because they've also said that adventures are just supposed to be just a little more interesting and something that they do different from just standard regular old PvE dungeons. Dungeons will always be straightforward. You've got your trash mobs, or what they call base population. You've got your trash mobs, you've got your boss fights, you go through those, you do interesting mechanics. Those are dungeons, but adventures are something they wanted to have a little more fun with. And that's great, like, it's cool that they're doing this. I do, however, feel like it was a big missed opportunity, and it's something they can certainly still remedy in my eyes. Just think about this. Keep everything you have here. Keep the capturable totems. Keep the creep waves for both your team and the enemy team. Replace the enemy AI with real players. And legit, we have got a fully fleshed out MMO that also has a MOBA in it. I mean, I think this would be, as it stands as an adventure, it was just, I've only done it a couple of times before the open beta ended up shutting down, so I didn't have a ton of experience with it. I can't tell you all of the mini bosses, I can't talk with you about their mechanics, I just didn't do it that much, I didn't have that opportunity. But on its face, the few times I did do it, it was just kind of meh. It didn't really leave much of a lasting impression. But if this were a battleground, and we were fighting 5 other real players and doing everything else we were doing, the mini bosses, you know, pushing, this is the enemy's base where we are right now. So you push through to the enemy base, you keep fighting the creep waves, and then eventually you kill the enemy base, which is that giant skull thing, and then that's it. All of that, but against other players, I think that would be fantastic. I mean, it would be really, really awesome. So I do hope that's something that they're considering. As it stands, the adventure, again, I only had a little bit of time with it, so maybe my opinion would be different if I played through it a bit more. But as it is, I just thought it was okay. I wasn't thrilled to get back and re-queue up. But if this were a legit battleground against real players, I think that would be an entirely different story. I think that'd be really awesome. I mean, it's basically, it'd be like Smite inside of this MMO. Like, that's what it would be like. Come on, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's it, guys. War of the Wilds, the level 25 adventure, MOBA style, capture points, get creep to fight for your side with the more points that you have, and then push forward against the enemy champions, push to the enemy base, destroy it, collect your loot, and that's it. There you go. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, overall, okay. I do feel it's a missed opportunity. Hopefully they remedy it. Hopefully this becomes a real battleground, because then I might be singing its praises as opposed to just thinking, meh. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. We got some more WildStar coverage coming up before release. I did capture quite a bit of footage, so I'd like to show you a few more things. Even just talking about the game and showing you some gameplay is likely to happen. So thanks again for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. Hope you have a fantastic day. Keep watching and keep owning.